You need to calm down.
Think.
You've got company. You've got to
Finish this.
make them think you're trying to escape.
Burn the car.
This was really cool. You got some cool action, cool characters, cool fight scenes. The Everything was really well done. Even the sound design, sound effects that we're hearing during some of those fight scenes and other parts, of course, really well done. Subtle use of visual effects with the fire, really well done. Overall, just it's a really well written action piece. It's got all the trappings of full length feature action film that you'd want to see. They're all in there. They work really well. Some great performances. It's written well. Honestly, there's a lot to enjoy in this one, and that's exactly what I did.
Where the Devil Lies. This film was very, very cool. They did such a great job with this. First, right out of the gate, the opening credits were so creative and so entertaining, very Marvel movie-esque. Music was awesome. Loved it. Really well done with the cinematography and the camera work that they did. They did some really great creative camera angles, but they also did some things that I think were in camera special effects too, and that was awesome, like with the car chase. I don't know if that was in post or if that was in camera where you added the camera shake, but it sold it. The other thing that sold it is the camera work and the stunt work. Those guys were absolute pros. How they switched up the shots in the camera work and how each stuntman was throwing the punch and then taking the hit. Everything was so believable. Great acting on everybody's part. I think that the story was engaging. I think it was suspenseful and really, really well told. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this. I thought that it was great. Nice job.
Where the Devil Lies. What an amazing way of making an action film in just 30 minutes. I mean, sure, it's a short film, but it feels like a feature because of the intensity and the overall production quality of it. It feels a bit like a 19th, early 2000s film, but I'd say this in a good way because I like that. I like those decades of action cinema. And the story is very good. The story is very intriguing. I think it explores its subjects in a very smart way. It was a clever way to combine how family and relationships and personal relationships affect people in this line of work and the regrets they go through. It brings some very crazy twists, like the girl killing her father at the end. I kind of see that will happen, but at the same time, it's a very mind blowing moment, so it's very good. Yes, I think it was a very well done film. I think that that the director and the writer and the cast have a lot of talent and potential in this genre, and I hope that they make a full feature at some point, because if they could make such a compelling piece in just 30 minutes, I think that they could make a very amazing action film if they had the budget for it. So I hope you do it at some point. Other than that, thanks for saying this very enjoyable, very fun piece full of action. Very good.
Where the Devil Lies has this lead-in of a comic book, which leads us to believe something good is definitely not about to happen. Are we going to be following a vigilante? Are we going to be witnessing a superhero origin story? These are the things that go into our mind as we enter this world. And we find ourselves being able to connect with something that is very true to this world. The fact that veterans go through post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is an extreme situation, an extreme storyline, But I think that is its raw connection that the audience can have to its viewers. I think at its core, this is what that story is about. It's about how these people go through these experiences and carry these things with them, and it haunts them, and it can lead them to shittier situations, and having to navigate and go through that. And this extreme fictional story, in this case, we have a gentleman who has had an experience in the field. It has followed him home. It has led to an even more extreme incident that has continued to carry with him to present day, where we currently find him in quite a bit of a little pickle. We find that he has used his experiences and skills to sort of create at times what feels like this James Bond atmosphere. He finds himself entangled in a romantic relation with someone's with like a mob boss vibe daughter, and so he is taking this opportunity to choose love and choose alternate way out. He wants to leave, and due to the decisions made by other people, it's led him to essentially go on his own. But in a sense, choosing himself and going on his own, he's being able to heal these wounds that he's ultimately been carrying with him for years and a long time. Unfortunately, when it comes to these experiences, there are some things that are out of our control that we have to face, but there are choices that we can make, and we can be in control and choose a better pathway if we allow ourselves to. And sometimes we have to learn those in a hard lesson, and I feel like that's what this character is going through, is he's learning that lesson. But is he really learning that in the easiest form? No. But does that tell a good story? That would tell a boring one, and this is what makes that interesting.